trying to come into here. I'm going to go ahead and stay here for now. Let's get this live. I'll get this public for you guys. Up to 1335 on the subs. City of Industry, California, to try to do Ehrenberg, Arizona. I don't know I'll make it to Ehrenberg. I will try though. Public, video should be public anytime here. Semi-departure. So 946. Regular and use. Similar to the one I just had. We have that 5025 number on here somewhere. Rolling here, just got through picking up at Golden State Foods, which is McDonald's subsidy in City of Industry, California. Time to leave. This guy's pulling out of his spot and gonna make it a little harder for me to get out of here. More space to alright, looks like traffic going the other way is clear as well. And all this truck, you don't have to wait on me. I need this lane anyway because I'm going to be turning left onto the freeway. Probably make a quick little stop at the, I don't know, maybe at the Flying J and Loma. Scale the load. only have 4:21 left on my clock before it runs out, though. So might be able to get out of California by then, but I don't know. If not, doesn't matter for me. If I can at least get some miles where give myself a chance to get the load delivered, yeah, man, just 2 more shifts, or at least 2 that either. Yeah, it's definitely a heavy load. Truck did not want to get rolling right there at that intersection. I probably should have put it in first gear. Even with a heavy load, I tend to start in second, but since I was at an uphill grade there with a heavy load, that's usually where I'll put it in first gear. Morning, James. Now even floaters, when they, see, I'm going to have to start it first here. This is uphill again with the heavy load. I want to be nice to my clutch. It doesn't matter if you float or double clutch. If you're always starting. I actually prefer to double clutch. I do know how to float, and I will float sometimes, but I just like the, dude. I guess, yeah, that pickup was going to turn onto the freeway anyway, but just kind of seemed a little premature for Hoovestall to come on out like that. Well, it's getting worn out somehow, and it's got to be from them starting out in too high a gear when they're at a stop. Yeah, when they do actually have to use it. Me, I tend to start in second gear, even when I'm bobtail. It's easier on the clutch. And using the clutch properly when you do use it, you shouldn't have problems with your clutch wearing out. We're going to be a little bit quiet here today because I know Scotty's online right now too. I was too busy working some of my own stuff to have time to check in on his channel and see what is all going on. Morning, Jim. I just left GSF, Golden State Foods, which is a McDonald's subsidiary in City of Industry, California. Load is going to Conroe, Texas, which is over by Houston. I've not looked up exactly where it's at yet, but I was told it's in the Houston area. So I'm going to at least get this load moving in the right direction, and then I can worry about how to actually get to the customer itself later on, when I'm on my break or something. Take the 57 up to the 10. Or just make a stop at Flying J in Miraloma and then take 60 over to 215. I don't like to take 60 over to Moreno Valley and across that way, because So you got the Badlands over there between Moreno Valley and Beaumont. That are more, to me, more of a pain in the ass to go through than taking 10, and it's not much difference on the distance. Not to mention on 60 over the Badlands, you have, because of the hills and curves, their trucks are restricted to the right lane only. Even says no passing allowed. I don't know, might go ahead and probably stop at Flying J to scale it and then get moving. Yeah, it's okay for us to get slowed down by your ass while you're playing the phone. I see that phone over there in your sure this isn't the right place for that kind of stuff. Zone is a fun little place to hang out. It's closed right now. That Speed Zone's basically an amusement place. It's all about slick track, race car kind of stuff, go-karts, and they even have these drag racing track there. It's about an eighth of, I don't know, probably not even an eighth of a mile, but pretty quick. The things take off really fast. They ran on these rails. Alright, so we'll have a recorded video of my delivery to Walmart this morning, as well as the run from, well, at least from here off the 60 freeway over to the shipper. That'll be a shorter one. Working on those videos. I'll have them posted eventually. I had to compile the sections of the videos for the Walmart delivery first, and I had just enough time to get the video clips I needed for getting to the shipper that I just picked up from. Before I got my bills. So those will be coming before long. Hopefully I'll have at least the Walmart delivery video up later on, later today. So I got the three sections that I need. One's the interior view, and then I have the front and rear exterior views. Then I gotta go through that, do the editing on it, put them all together into one, and then compile it. And after I'm done compiling it, then I can finally post it. It'll be a real pain in the ass sometimes. I figure I may do more of that kind of stuff as well. Because, you never know when someone ends up having a load that picks up or delivers to a particular place that I might have been to and may have posted about already, and you get a really good idea how to get to it, or how to get to the place, and then how things work once you're in the place. can go to the Flying J in Miraloma, so I don't have to deal with the gated crap over at the TA in Petrol in Ontario. For Corey or anybody else who wasn't on at the start, it's going to Conroe, Texas, which I'm told is over by the Houston area. I haven't taken a look at where exactly in that area it's in, but I know it's somewhere near Houston, which tells me I-10 all the way across. It's basically a McDonald's load. Distance. It's maybe a couple miles here where Highway 57 and Highway 60 run together, and then they split back off. And I'm going to take the 60 side of it, and I do need to stay left for that. Stay away from the merge lanes and have fewer problems with being cut off. Once I'm past the 57 split, I'll be willing to move right, but I tell this trailer seems like it might be dog-legged just a little bit to the right. I'm going to slow down there, Oreo. I hope you don't run into the back of that car because you're not paying attention. I started my shift at midnight last night. Been a good chunk of my time in the dock door in Walmart. I was surprised it took that long. Longer than normal. Even by Walmart standards, that's pretty bad. Ended up showing up at my shipper for my next pickup about a couple hours late because of it. All in all, it wasn't too bad there at the shipper. At least they were slow. They only had one other truck they were working on at the time. And the next truck wasn't due in until 10 o'clock. So even though I was quote-unquote working, it was a slow morning, so it didn't have to wait long before the loader showed up to confirm my load info and start loading me. I-10. Flying J I'll be stopping at will be the very first exit east of I-15. Chino Hills area right here. The 71 freeway coming up, less than a mile. Actually, no, this is Pomona. Now, it won't be too far before we get to Chino and Chino Hills, though. Good amount of smoke here, but it's looking better. Angeles National Forest to the north of me. When I was on my way in, slide over. Yeah, I very clearly can see there's smoke coming from that area particularly. And then the El Dorado fire over here in Yucaipa is still going to cover a pretty good amount, but when I was reading earlier, because I do have an article, and I just found out that a firefighter died in the El Dorado fire just this morning or yesterday, whatever it was. And that one, I think I saw that it was like 66% contained or something like that, so they're making good progress on it. I'll probably pull that article up when I have safer traffic to work with. We can all listen to it. I didn't even read all the article. Basically saw just quick little details on it and then moved on. I can always listen to them while we have the voice reader play it for me while I'm driving. Chino, next 3 exits. So, right here in Chino's where Eric Wildman just made his last delivery. Imagine how pissed off the family probably must be, the family of that firefighter probably is now that they lost a loved one, ultimately over some idiots with their smoke bomb, their gender reveal smoke bomb. Alright, lane ending up here for construction, that's why this is slowing down here. Nothing like construction. construction just looked like a street sweeper. Comiendas a Guatemala. I think you guys might want to move over. Got the point of them either. The first gender parties were, nobody had ever even heard of them when my kids were born. I think Chloe, I'm not even sure, I think she was born before gender reveal parties as well. So the woman who first created them, wasn't that like a 2013 or something like that? And Artie Douglas was born in 2010, so yeah. And then I've never been to one. I never understood the point of one. I know I've had relatives who've had them, but get together regardless. It doesn't have to necessarily be to reveal whether your kid has a penis or not. Waka waka what you want. What's up? Alrighty. I'm going to the Houston area. No. That was the last load. Yeah. Yeah, bitch ass. I think you have to ask I don't know, you might have to ask the carrier or something, or might be a website or something. I don't know. I've never tried to pull mine up. Oh, that's good if that's the case. Hopefully it stays that way. Possibly, yeah. Because if they haven't completed the whole lease termination process, whatever you want to call it. Driver legal, or, yeah, whatever it's called. Yeah, I don't know if they'll do because I think they only do traffic court. I could be wrong, but you can always ask. Yes, correct. Okay. Yeah, yeah, and probably get to understand their lease program more as well. Yeah, because you do want to make sure you know what you're getting into. All right, so people watching this stream, Cody, you're in Spokane, you said? Okay, so said he came across a Ford F-350 there, where it's basically a sleeper section of a semi on the back of it, stacks and everything. Oh my god! Right? Um, they could. That's something that it's looking into, I guess. Well, I mean, hotshot drivers can still pull a pretty good amount of weight, and still usually end up parking where trucks park. Yeah, no, they're a lot shorter. Depends on, but they have different kinds of trailers that they pull. Sometimes they'll pull like the wedge type car hauler trailers. Sometimes they'll pull like flat trailers. I've seen them pull like toy hauler looking kind of trailers. Or yeah, that's the other thing too. They'll also pull travel trailers. Yeah, then that's a big problem if you get caught doing that. Not worth it. No, I started at midnight. Well, yeah, I've spent good half of my day in dock doors though. Tuesday, and it's going to, you said Florida? Georgia, that's it. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Yeah, you're probably heavy as shit, aren't you? That's it? How do you have an apple load and only weigh 70,000? Wow, that's 15 North interchange look like shit. 70760. Yeah, that's not that bad. That's only like maybe 34, 35,000 pounds. Shit, shit, 35, that's barely enough for me to even want to worry about waste my time scaling the load half the time. Oh, that's good. Pretty much a 34,000 pound load on your drive tires. Yeah. But keep in mind, that's dependent on you being on flat level surface. If you're on an uphill or downhill grade, that can skew your numbers. So, like if you're downhill, the load will be more heavily on your drives. So, you know, than you're thinking you will be, and which means that you could be more tail heavy than you think you will be. And then you said to tell my what's up? Oh yeah, so see, it is it is a front heavy load. Forgot there are two right turn lanes here. I'm getting off the freeway right now to scale my load. Okay. All right, bye. Stop at the Flying J here in Milaloma, or Harupa Valley, whichever you prefer to call it, doesn't matter. Scale my load. And maybe make a quick little stop for a drink or whatever, and then get out of here. What's up, Jesse? Alright, Jesse heading westbound. Alright, I'm not going to cross with you because I'm going to be going across I-10. A lot of traffic coming down Etiwanda. Looks like they got a yellow light now, though. I don't see. Yeah. That sign said driveway on it when John Farmer came through here yesterday. It says Riverside. Oh, it is driveway. Yeah, I forgot I had to make this extra turn. My load road is going to Conroe, Texas, over by the Houston area. Through the 21st. Okay, JCT right here. Is that 4268? Looks familiar. I think I've seen him before. Probably just scale and get the hell out of here. I tend to not like this truck stop anyway. No, I don't. There's nothing wrong with my windshield. I do have a crack in one little spot, but it's not in the spot where the camera can see it. Better not park in front of the scale. Park in front of this scale, I'm gonna rip you a new asshole. Some of these guys do that. As long as I can get out, I don't really care. It's a bit far. There we go. Where's he going? I don't think he knows that. Or where's he gonna park? Location number. Accept. And I think I'm going to put this order number in. Who gives a shit? Just do it. Well, load. 11780, 33040, and 33340. Over here to my left a second ago. Yeah, there's one right there, but always at least get out of Dodge, whatever. And I can still taste the smoke. this idiot over here swung so narrow that this Reveille guy had to sit and wait for him to go by before he could make his turn. So I swung really wide, so I left plenty of space for that other truck to go by. Back over to 60 freeway, take 60 over to 215 north, and then 215 north to 10. Could also go across 60 through Moreno Valley, I just don't want to. Don't roll back anymore, driver. Charles, don't know who you're talking about heading to Jersey. Not sure where you, I'm not going anywhere near New Jersey right now. I never was. Unless you're talking to somebody else. Or mixing me up with somebody else. Slower than everybody else. What the hell is the point of that no trucks over 8 ton sign? Both Etiwanda and Van Buren are truck routes. I don't know. There's no reason for that sign to be there. Unless it's just for that property right there. That's what's stupid. Where the hell is that? And why the hell is there no trucks over 8 ton sign there? On a road where it's perfectly legal for us to be on, and even the cross street here is legal for trucks. Oh, you are still heading to Jersey. Okay, that makes sense. Alright, yeah. That's right, yeah, you were on your way to Jersey from Washington. I would imagine you're getting pretty close to Jersey by now, aren't you? So I think you picked up in Washington, what, a few days ago? 2 or 3 days ago? I think this guy's going to get on the 60 East also, and probably be a pain in my ass all the way. very experienced. The way he turned the corner over at Flying J and then the way he turned this corner here, it both suggest to me he's probably not a very experienced driver. And it's, I mean, it's good that he's trying to be safe and leave extra small space on here, but then he cut the corner over at Flying J, so like I said, he made the guy go in the other direction have to wait for him because he cut the corner. Back on 60 East. Heading toward the Riverside interchange. It's where 215, 60, and 91 all meet up. Alright, this guy, he's a black guy. He's at least slower to accelerate than me, which it's not like I'm light. I said I'm about 76, 77,000. I think it was 77,000. So he's a dawdler, or he's just, yeah. Looks like he's sitting there playing with his controls or something. Not necessarily his phone, but he was doing something down there, like playing with his switches or whatever he was doing. Run under an SUV on that flatbed there. The windshield's caved in, so I mean, a lot of times those run unders, they resemble rollovers, but in reality what happens is they go underneath the tractor trailer. Now I basically collide with the ICC bar area of the trailer, and it bends, it pushes the ICC bar in, and then the bottom of the trailer itself actually goes into the windshield. Just create a logjam over here in the right lane, so other traffic cannot get in and out as easily to their off ramps and on ramps. Yeah. Day behind due to a breakdown sucks. down going up hills, but then picks up speed going down. Consider staying on 60. We'll see though, I don't know. Yeah, it's been a while since I've gone that direction. The other side. Maybe I'll just kick back here at the speed I'm at now. Wait till conditions clear up a little bit more. I don't want to keep making speed adjustments for the guy in front of me or traffic in front of me, and don't necessarily need to be in the next lane over, taking forever to get around them either, if at all. River coming up here. They've got Mount Rubidoux right over here to the right of me. Riverside Interchange coming up here. Yeah, like I was mentioning, where the 91, 60, and 215 freeways all meet up. Well, got around this guy if I didn't have the U-Haul gaining on me like he was. And then, of course, he's got a pack of cars behind him. That's complicated. Doing. I think he's trying to work his way over here, but he's trying to figure out how to do it. No, why not? I'll go ahead and do 60. It's been a while since I've been this way. it, dumbass. Moron. You should have been over that land in the first place. Riverside in a minute here, next exit. Heading toward Moreno Valley. The Moreno Valley interchange coming up in a few more miles, about maybe 5 miles. It's where the 60 and 215 split back off. So I'm in right now is where 60 and 215 are run concurrently. Shut up, I'm in the middle of my lane. I don't need your stupid input. Everybody up. Down to 27 miles an hour, and it's not even because of my load, it's because of somebody else. gas once I'm in it. Trucks, only like 2 or 3 of them came this direction. Out of the ones that I could see, at least. Alright, into Moreno Valley we go after we get past Day Street here. Alright, flatbed, you getting off the freeway here at Day, or you staying on? I'm not quite convinced you're actually getting off. Are getting off there, alright. I need it over anyway. Man, I feel nostalgic every time I'm over here because I used to work here in town for so many years. Oh, I'm not going to sit here behind this, whatever this crowd is right here. Dipshit doing? The truck right there can't seem to stay in the middle of his lane. Keeps drifting right, probably on his phone. Joint right over here on Sunny Meat Boulevard. I don't know if there's, I assume they're still there. It's called Local Burrito. It's a little bit of a hole in the wall kind of place, but man, they got some really good food. And Sunny Meat Boulevard parallels 60 freeway right here. It's on the south side of me. shipper held him up. Now his load delivered in Riverside this morning, so I took it from Albuquerque back to my place, and then started my shift at midnight last night to deliver it at 2 o'clock this morning. And I went from there to City of Industry to pick up the load I'm under now. And now I'm on the way to the Houston area. Left lane crossover, 8th Street, no exit until Main. Sounds like it's one lane in each direction. Both of us using the westbound side before long. Morning, Clueless. I just went through your area. Get into an area known as the Badlands. See how it's flat right here, but I got hills in front of me? So these hills and twisties and stuff that are in between here and Beaumont is the area we call the Badlands. Now if you follow the south, there's the last exit here before the Badlands, Gilman Springs Road. Follow that road down, it'll take you into San Jacinto and Hemet. That's where I used to live. Or one of the places I used to live, whatever. San Jacinto and Hemet are right on the other side of the San Jacinto Mountains from Palm Springs. Car in front of me is going to get off on Gilman Springs Road. Kind of taking our time a little bit here. Alright, trucks, right lane only, 1 mile ahead. This truck, if he wants to get around me, better do it now because I'm heavy. Pass me now if you want to, because I'm heavy. Don't be surprised if we get some buffering. Right lane only, no passing now for the next 7 miles. Get that goddamn car out of my way. It's bad enough I'm going to get slowed down by these hills. I don't need you helping me. Oh, look like they're trying to straighten this out. They're realigning it a little bit so the curves are not so sharp. This area right here has seen plenty of wildfires too. I've seen countless fires in this area over the years. avoid being behind another truck in this area because he doesn't have a choice, but you do. Get the hell out of here already. Thank you. Up on the transmission, and have to put a little bit of throttle back in to try to encourage it. Construction zone here. Got 3 more miles of no passing. Just got burned recently. There is a lane restriction here. Beaumont, next 3 exits. of smoke from the El Dorado fire over here to my left. It's coming over the ridge. Looks like it's really close to the peak right there. The way the smoke is coming around it the way up from the side. Just about to the 10 freeway. Dumbass, why do you think I went over here, you fucking moron? You're a fucking idiot. Blue Mustang behind me, and they thought they were going to try to pass me on the right, and then they finally realized why I came over. Exactly, you fucking idiot. Pay attention. Wow, 79 is closed. They're going to have to go over here to Pennsylvania Avenue and turn around. Yeah, I'm starting to see a little bit of a bottleneck up here. Between the traffic getting on here and then probably got traffic trying to get off over here Penn Avenue or Highland Springs. Love getting stuck in this shit. This is why you should not be going too much faster than the traffic in the adjacent lane. People are going to come over and cut right in front of you, and that creates a high risk of a rear end collision. That's right, Pennsylvania Avenue doesn't have an interchange on this side, it's only on the westbound side. Traffic and too much speed difference in the adjacent lane. I can't even try to move over. Looks like I might get an opportunity here after this car. That white Peterbilt slows down. A bunch of CAL FIRE units on the way back. 3357 to 3351. That's a good sign because it means they're getting, if these guys are going home from the fire, it means they're getting it under control. 3381, 3382, these are all, yeah, basically Ranger Unit 33. Bullshits for fucking Highland Springs Avenue exit. Watch. I bet you once you get past Highland Springs it'll clear up. So got all these fire trying to get off the freeway here. I got more fire up ahead. Didn't know there was a fire over on this side. Might actually get to see some of the flames once I get over there through on the other side of the mountain. A new one or something, because I don't remember there being a fire right there. That's not part of the El Dorado fire. And I only knew of 2 fires burning in Southern Cal right now, or at least in my area, and that's the El Dorado, which is directly to the north of me right now. And what's that other one called? I think it started with a B. Going over, over on the mountains north of the 210 freeway on the way to LA. Yeah, I had a while where I used to always go hiking when I lived in San Jacinto. One of my favorite spots. I like to go hiking up to Tockwitz Peak or anywhere up there along the Pacific Crest Trail area. Right in front of me, the one that I'm talking about right now, but I'm not aware of. No truck, bus, or RV in the crossover. Oh, left lane crossover. So they have a left lane bypass. Yeah, they do that sometimes. We have the Manning Way station coming up pretty soon. Eastbound one is usually closed, but I have seen it open every once in a while. Over here, that's good. More lanes always helps. Way station 2 miles away.
Yeah. going slow enough, you just open your door and hold your hand out. Yeah, 10. Knowing my luck, I'd have a hold of it and I'd run over the back part of the rope on my tire and it jerked.
Puffing at, I can tell it's probably not going to be too long before the flames come over that ridge. I don't think there's much for fuel over there. But I'm going to wait until we get past the construction zone, because he's going to probably favor the left side of his lane just because of the K-rails, which means that there's a better chance that our mirrors could contact each other if I do try to pass him. Right next to me, I couldn't do anything about that. That's on you, dude. Should have been paying attention. enough here. Once you get out here to the Beaumont Banding area, traffic tends to haul ass. I've had a lot of times where I can be doing 80 miles an hour and have a whole bunch of cars wanting to pass me. It's a downhill run right here too. I'm regularly having to use my up speed all the way down into the bottom of the valley there by Highway 111. Underneath my passenger door area I can definitely see I'm going right alongside where a fire is burning in the. I can't see the flames, but I can see where the smoke's at. That'll help. Oh, now I can see through the windshield. Oh yeah. Right up here on this ridge above the windmills. I can see where they dropped some fast check over on one flank of it. Looks like they got it pretty well under control over on that side. It's just smoldering. Can't tell how many hotshot crews or anybody else working over here on this end. Probably a little bit too close to the fire there. Left on the clock. It's good for about 150 or so miles. I'm already in Riverside County, so no question I should be able to make it to Ehrenberg before I run out of clock. Riverside County is 155 or so miles across on I-10. Should already be about 30 or so miles in. Looks like I see a mile. Looks like I see a mile marker here. I'll know exactly how far I am from the border. All right, 24 mile marker. So I'm 130, right around 130 miles away from the Arizona line. Should be able to reach Ehrenberg. Maybe even possibly even Quartzsite. We'll see how things look when I get closer, though. I don't know about Quartzsite. I might be pushing it. Yeah, there's a Chinook water dropper over there. They're going to get this one under control here. I think most of what I'm seeing looks small pissant kind of stuff, and it's like it's already been surrounded by a lot of to look into that one, see what this one here is called and how large it is, how much containment they have and all that. It's covering a pretty good area, but it looks like they definitely have it under control. We're getting it there, whatever. Stop at the rest area real quick just for a couple and see if I can get some anything worth looking at on that fire for you guys. Yeah, this is the one that John Farber was telling me about earlier today. I didn't realize my phone wasn't plugged in. It's down to 23%. So, let me just get out and show you guys what's going on here, and we'll get out of here. Alright. Looks like the main area burning is right there. We got more all the way over. Spot up there. This is right at the rest area. Yeah, you can see some of the flames over there. Going up the hill. Yeah, not too much threatened here right now, but got an airplane up there. Let's see. I don't know if I'm gotten it, but there's a helicopter right there. It's a Chinook. Let's see where he's getting his water from. I know John Farber was telling me that they were coming over here real close to the freeway to get the water. Where's he at? Oh, it sounds like he's coming down over here by the, right over here behind the trees. Alright, so probably, yeah, I'm not going to be able to see him without moving. I don't want to spend too much time here because I want to get to Ehrenberg if I can. Oh, there he is, right there. That car behind me I'm trying to stay clear of. Let's see if we can get a shot of him coming in. even really care where I shut down, to be honest with you guys. So I could even stop on it. Where'd it go on there? This guy just made a drop. This guy just dropped fast check right over there. I thought that was just regular MD-80. I didn't realize that was a firefighting MD-80. He's the one who just dropped fast check over on that. I didn't even realize.
That was smoking like crazy right up until he sprayed it.
Yeah.
And then it slowed it way down.
I didn't realize this fire was even burning.
It just started a few hours ago.
All of Big Bear was on fire just in the last month or so.
Yeah,
we kept having hot spots all over.
Yeah, we were supposed to help because a friend of mine lives in Big Bear, and we were going to help her move, but they evacuated right up to where her neighborhood's at.
Oh, so much for moving.
Yeah.
Well, this smog has been hanging up, and these are not lightning strikes. They can't be lightning strikes.
I don't know about
because
this.
there's been no rain.
Yeah, I don't know about this one, but you know what caused the other one, right? The El Dorado fire?
Well, yeah, the El Dorado was some stupid announcement, a baby
Gender
announcement.
reveal?
Gender,
Yeah.
You'd have thought that was a good idea. To
Oh, did you hear a
field.
fireman died from that? So it's going to be interesting
really?
to see
Yeah.
if they charge those parents with manslaughter.
It's going to be murder
because,
now.
No, not
Or
murder.
maybe.
That's kind of like you intended.
Yeah.
These were all unintended. Manslaughter is like when your negligent behavior results in somebody's death.
Yeah.
And that was their negligent behavior resulted in.
Oh,
But
yeah.
they're broke for the rest of their life. They're going to have so
definitely
many
be charged.
lawsuits to get there.
Back in the 90s in Arizona, the rodeo Chenesky fire.
Yeah.
The clock that started that,
Yeah.
they spent 10 years in federal prison. For the rest of their life, they have I think it's a $5 fine per month. If they miss a payment,
Go back and
no late, no grace period, no nothing.
Right.
It's due this date. If they don't get it, right back they go.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. I mean, it's just the shit that you see, even like trucks on the road. You know, you're dangling something, dropping something, you're setting sparks up, chains with these guys pulling trailers. It's all just, they just, and they don't think anything of it. You know, the shit that you see going down the road anymore is just incredible.
I've seen plenty of fires here start from idiots throwing the cigarettes out their car.
Well, that's a whole nother issue. That's always been there. You see it start right on the edge of the road. It's usually either chain started or some asshole with a cigarette threw it out the window, and
I wouldn't be surprised because there's high tension power lines.
That the power lines did that.
I wouldn't be surprised.
Yeah, it's possible.
This is that same area, or not far from here, where the Esperanza fire started way back when.
No, I live actually in Scottsdale, Arizona.
Oh, okay.
Oh, okay.
But we get all over the freaking place.
Yeah, Esperanza Fire. I lived in San Jacinto at the time, and that one burned 40,000 acres in 2 days.
Oh, wow.
And there was a
As dry
firefighting.
as stuff is right now, it's just...
Yeah, there's a firefighting crew from up here off of Highway 243. They actually all got killed by that fire. Like a whole crew of 5.
We lost one in Arizona. The Granite Mountain Hot Shots, they made a movie about it.
Yeah.
And actually,
Only the brave.
before I went to work for you, actually what I did. I was on a 20-man hotshot crew. That's how I ended up at UPS. I missed my semester at school to go up to Montana and fight fires, and it was October. And I needed something to fill the gap between when I got back about the middle of October and January.
Yeah.
And went to work for UPS, and they said they hired me after working for the holidays.
Is this Billings or Dillings?
Amazing how fast that thing fills up.
Yeah.
It'll get so low, you almost it's literally it seems like it's touching the ground, it's just that it's in the pond.
Right? Yeah, there was another one over some years back. I was over here off of Highland Springs and Banning, and they were using the pond right there in that residential area. Over by the golf course, actually. Kind of looks like they have getting this one pretty well under control, though.
Amazing is them hovering less than 20 feet above the water.
Yeah.
You kind of see the spray over here
Like he's done.
from the rotors.
Oh, there's a sky crane right there. Wrap this up here. Yeah, sky crane coming in right here. Then I'll have to hurry up and get back. This thing charging. I swear he's slower than the Chinook got.
Two rotors are better than one. It's a much smaller tank than the Chinook tank.
Yeah. Alright. I better get going. You guys have a good day. Alright, that was some pretty good entertainment there. Yeah, I gotta hurry up and get this phone back on the charger before it kills the stream, so let's get out of here. Again, we're on the eastbound 10 rest area in between Banning and Palm Springs. Alright, so that's one of a few fires in the area. I'm not sure what this one's called. It sounded like it just started, though, from what the driver there was saying. May have just started this morning, for all I know. And got that could be smoke from the El Dorado fire. That's burning on north of here, going over toward Big Bear. A whole bunch of people getting footage of it here. Can't say I'm surprised. Alright. So I could possibly, I don't know, I might be able to make it to Ehrenberg, but I might go ahead and just stop in Chiriaco Summit to end my day. I got 217 left on my 14 now. Let's get this charged back up so it doesn't kill my stream. There we go. Yeah, and you heard that guy talking about the firefighter getting killed fighting the El Dorado fire, the UPS driver. So, get rolling. I do have an article on that up. I'll play it once I'm on the road and moving in a safe area. Getting a little hot here. I don't know, might not be able to because the terrain. Could have moved a little bit sooner than that container. If I can reach Ehrenberg at this point. But that's alright. Yeah, I'm still 130, almost 130 miles away from the state line. 4360. That's a brand new Freightliner. That sounds familiar too. But it's a brand new one. I don't know. People just started getting into those. really good time for me to try to put play that article. As long as I had anyone near my truck, I'm not gonna go near that. Alright, Highway 62 coming up. That's the one that goes over to Morongo Valley, Yucca Valley, and 29 Palms. Friday, I guess. I'm not surprised the traffic's like it is. You know, I gotta try to remember how big the offset is between the county mile markers and the state exit numbers. It helps keep me so I'm at the 32 mile marker. Get into North Palm Springs. About the 85 mile marker, I think is where. Yeah, I want to say 85 mile marker. Probably be where the exit for Triangle Summit is at. whatever else I might have missed. Alright, now I can. Get that article pulled up and played.
Firefighter dies fighting fire started by gender reveal party. Golden State News Break 1H. Follow. Photo by David McNew, Getty Images. San Bernardino, Calif. The U.S. Forest Service said Friday that a firefighter died Thursday fighting the El Dorado fire. According to the New York Times. The El Dorado fire began in early September after pyrotechnics at a gender reveal party sparked flames that got out of control. Submit. One of the family members stayed behind and attempted to put out the fire with water bottles to no avail. According to the New York Times, the family called 911 reports to share photos. Charges reportedly wouldn't be filed until after the fire was extinguished. According to CAL FIRE, the El Dorado fire has burned more than 19,000 acres and was 66% contained as of Friday. More than 3.4 million acres have burned in California to date this year. Follow me to see more articles like this. Golden State News Break follow. There are no more.
Well, that sucks. Yeah, like the UPS guy was saying, whoever started that smoke bomb or, that thing probably is going to get manslaughter charge.
Grocery stores are pushing California to be tougher on crime. Here's why by Suhana Hussain 3H. Los Angeles Times follow. Gelson's is among the supermarket chains pushing Proposition 20, a ballot measure aimed at rolling back criminal justice reforms and increasing penalties on shoplifting. Raul Roa, Los Angeles Times. In 2003, Brian Beinlich stood before a judge in an Orange County courtroom, barely comprehending what had happened. The judge had just told Beinlich he was sentenced to 3 consecutive life sentences in prison. He would not be eligible for parole for 81 years. His crime: stealing 2 bottles of Hennessy from a Costco in Fountain Valley, Calif, and waving a box cutter at the security guards who chased him down. A wave of criminal justice reforms in California in recent years sought to ease thousands of harsh sentences like the one Beinlich received, reduce the state's bloated prison populations and create more opportunities for parole and rehabilitation. But if several large grocery store chains have their way, a measure on the ballot this fall will roll back some of these reforms, increasing penalties for shoplifting and making it harder for those convicted of certain nonviolent property and drug crimes to get early parole. While Proposition 20 was launched and financed primarily by law enforcement groups, grocery outlets served as early partners in the effort. They are taking a controversial stance at a sensitive time for corporate America, when companies of every stripe have taken pains to demonstrate support for the Black Lives Matter movement and its goals of tearing down racist systems of policing and mass incarceration. Albertsons and Kroger, the grocers with the biggest financial contributions to Prop 20, and the California Grocers Association said in statements they supported the measure because shoplifting and organized retail crime have been on the rise, amounting to significant losses, and threatening the safety of employees and customers. They say that previous reforms went too far in removing teeth from laws meant to address this type of crime. People are stealing, and there are no consequences, said Richard Temple, a spokesman for the Yes on Prop 20 campaign. Experts said theft is a big problem for retailers, especially for grocery stores, which have high foot traffic. A 2020 survey by the National Retail Federation found that theft, which the industry calls shrink, was at an all-time high, costing the industry $61.7 billion in fiscal year 2019, or 1.62% of retailers' profits. A whole niche industry around battling retail theft through cameras, locked display cases and undercover security guards has sprung up. The landscape of shoplifting and petty theft jurisprudence in California has shifted dramatically in recent years, largely due to Proposition 47, which voters approved in 2014. That measure raised the bar for grand theft and downgraded the classification of most shoplifting crimes to a misdemeanor. Whereas before, property theft of above $450 could be charged as a felony, now that limit is $950. Proposition 57, approved 2 years later, hastened the release of some nonviolent offenders from prison.
Right, you fucking moron.
But after it was implemented, retailers and law enforcement officials blamed Prop 47 for a spike in shoplifting. They said organized retail theft rings were taking advantage of reduced penalties. Safeway, Target, Rite Aid, and CVS pharmacies said in 2016 that shoplifting had increased at least 15%. LA. County prosecutors, police union, political action committees and other law enforcement groups, joined by grocers, in early 2018 to collect signatures for the ballot initiative that would undo some reforms. While the initiative failed to secure a spot to go before voters in 2018, it later acquired enough signatures to make the 2020 ballot. In 2018, major grocery chains Safeway and Ralph's contributed $100,000 and $91,800 respectively to the campaign. Regional chains including upscale Bristol Farms, Southern California-based Gelson's, and Raley's, a family-owned line in California and Nevada, donated about $30,000 total, according to campaign finance disclosures. A number of smaller grocers consumers in the Los Angeles area donated $3,900. At least one major company has since withdrawn its support. Costco, which donated $50,000 to the Yes on 20 campaign in early 2018, said in a statement it no longer supports the measure and that it previously requested a return of its contributions. Costco spokeswoman Muriel Cooper declined to provide further details on when and why the company changed course. Dan Seaman, with the No on Prop 20 campaign and a former public safety advisor to Gov. Gavin Newsom, said the changes proposed are unnecessary, given that law enforcement officials already possess an arsenal of tools to prosecute theft with greater penalties, if they so choose. Prosecutors could aggregate the value of multiple thefts and stack charges if they wanted to put someone in jail for several years, he said. We are not in an environment where you would imagine grocers targeting of crime that would allow prosecutors to charge shoplifting as a felony if two or more people act together. Temple, with the Yes on 20 campaign, said this rule places too high a burden on prosecutors to prove a conspiracy, and more harsh measures are needed. Proposition 20 would allow thefts of property worth more than $250 to be punished as felonies, which could increase the amount of time people convicted of shoplifting crimes serve. It would also create two new crimes, serial theft and organized retail theft, which could also be charged as felonies and result in time of up to 3 years. Prop 20's opponents have made efforts to connect grocers' support of the measure to the broader national dialogue on racist policing. California Safety and Justice, a group that opposes the measure, called out Safeway and Ralph's in an ad in June. Over grainy Black Lives Matter protest footage, a narrator pilloried the grocers for supporting a law that would put more people behind bars and increase prison spending at the expense of investing in community programs. The Yes on 20 campaign countered with an ad thanking the corporation. Unclear why grocery chains have been more active in their support than other types of retailers. While the California Retailers Association is listed as a member of the Yes on 20 coalition alongside California Grocers Association, major retailers of the Retailers Association said its president, Rachel Michelin, was out of town and unavailable to comment. Other major companies including Target declined to comment about their position on the measure. Neil Saunders, an analyst at Global Data Retail, said the high level of unionization among grocery workers has led to grocers taking a more active role in politics. Legal and academic experts said that while grocers and other retailers' concerns about organized retail crime are legitimate, on the whole, studies show reforms did not exacerbate public safety risks in California. Two studies, one by UC Irvine criminologist Karis Kubrin and another by the Public Policy Institute of California, found no connection between Prop. 47 and increases in violent crime. However, both noted slight increases in larceny, particularly thefts from motor vehicles. Kubrin said there are still some question marks around its effect on theft. We went to assess, did we get a lot more crime, did we get a lot more recidivism? And as best we can see, that did not happen. We didn't get those spikes in crime rates people were afraid of, said Mia Bird, an assistant adjunct professor at the Goldman School of Public Policy who worked on the Public Policy Institute of California's study of the effects of Prop. 47. Shoplifting cases are currently treated as low priority in the broader criminal justice system. Big retailers send letters with boilerplate legal language asking for restitution to be paid for their losses. The cases are usually settled on the first day with a mandated rehabilitation program, probation or community service. That's how it should be, said Ambrosio Rodriguez, a Los Angeles-based criminal defense attorney and former prosecutor. It's true that organized retail crime rings have emerged in recent years as California has softened its laws, he said, but sending more people to prison is not the answer. Plenty of people spent decades in prison for simple shoplifting because they had a prior, he said. We made a decision as a state that nonviolent crimes were not going to be ones that were going to land people in prison. This proposition is totally in terms of where we are in reforming the criminal justice system. Rodriguez said. When Weinlich stole those 2 bottles of cognac, he had been struggling with addiction after being prescribed painkillers for surgeries he underwent. It turned my life into a state of chaos, he said. He had prior offenses, having served time for a series of robberies in the early 1990s. Still, he did not expect to be put in prison for life. After 18 years in prison, Weinlich is out. A judge recalled his sentence on the recommendation of the California Department of Corrections and Rehabilitation, granting a rare reprieve. Both of his parents died while he was behind bars. His sister died 3 months after he got out. Now he lives in a transitory facility, volunteers at a church and takes classes at LA Trade Technical College. In August, he visited Redondo Beach, where he saw the ocean for the first time in decades. Times staff writer Ryan Menezes contributed to this report. Copyright 1881-2020. Los Angeles Times. Used with permission. Article 154 of 162. Mike Ditka sends a strong message to NFL players kneeling during the national anthem sportscasting, yesterday. Former Chicago Bears great Mike Ditka has become quite vocal about his stance concerning kneeling during the national anthem. During this past offseason, his strong comments caught much attention due to his stern criticism toward those that went that route. With that in mind, Ditka has doubled down on his viewpoint of the entire situation. Mike Ditka's strong stance against kneeling. Over the years, Hall of Famer Mike Ditka hasn't been one to bite his tongue on any topic concerning the NFL. Although Ditka no longer has a media presence as an analyst, he has remained a relevant figure in the league over the last few months. Much of which has come after his strong comments to TMZ Sports back in July that criticized NFL players who kneeled by stating that they should leave the United States. If you can't respect our national anthem, get the hell out of the country, Ditka said. That's the way I feel. Of course, I'm old-fashioned, so I'm only going to say what I feel. Ditka also stated that players shouldn't protest during the national anthem because they are making a living through playing football. His strong sentiment caught much backlash and saw many fans come out with firm support of his stance toward kneeling. The discussion around that situation has remained a burning topic. There has been strong sentiment on both sides that has created a lingering matter. With that said, Ditka has now doubled down on his stance. Mike Ditka voices strong message to NFL players that kneel. NFL American Football Hall of Fame coach Mike Ditka tells protesting players that if they can't respect this country, get the hell out of it, with Newsmax TVs at pic.twitter.com/E3JPCBRMDT. Newsmax, at Newsmax, September 14, 2020. It's clear as day where Mike Ditka stands regarding kneeling during the national anthem. The 80-year-old further cemented his viewpoint during an interview on Newsmax TV on Sunday, stating that NFL players shouldn't protest because he believes it should only be about the game of football. Football's football. It's not a complicated thing. You're playing the game, you're enjoying the game. You don't like the game, get out of it. It's not for protesting one way or the other. What color you are, what you think, this or that. You play football, that's it. You're privileged. You got a gift from God that you can play the game because you got a body you can do it with. I don't really understand what you're protesting. I played the game. I coached the game for a long time. It makes no sense to me. Ditka also doubled down on telling NFL players that chose to kneel to play in another country. His stance is quite firm, with his belief centered on kneeling being a disrespectful act toward the American flag. However, there doesn't appear to be an understanding of the reasoning behind kneeling that is solely based on bringing awareness and create action toward ending social injustice. The conflict in this situation lies in the belief that these issues shouldn't have a place in sports. That stance stems from the notion that athletes should stick to sports rather than use their platform to discuss social issues. NFL players will continue to push for social change. Hall of Famer Mike Ditka has further marked where he stands on kneeling during the national anthem.
There's a
It's
cab
clearly an
over.
action that evokes plenty of emotion from Ditka. However, it's a matter that has drawn a strong push from many athletes in the sports
Carl
world,
Dunn didn't have
emphasizing
cab
the need for
overs in
change.
California still, but I
Many
just
prominent
saw one going the
NFL
other way.
prominent players such as Patrick Mahomes, Deshaun Watson, Michael Thomas, Odell Beckham Jr., and J.J. Watt have vocalized the need for social justice. Ditka may not be a fan of how the players are pushing for social change, but their efforts will continue. Article 155 of 162. Man, woman who died in California fires were ready to flee, but stayed due to erroneous information, NBC News 3 hours ago. A 68-year-old man and 77-year-old woman who were found dead near their home in fire-ravaged Northern California had been packed to evacuate but decided to stay based on erroneous information about the blaze, authorities said. A volunteer firefighter in Oregon who used a bullhorn to alert neighbors to approaching flames later found his own home destroyed. And in some areas of Oregon, California and Washington state, residents and public officials are getting a truer sense of the vast destruction caused by still burning wildfires that have now scorched an area around the size of New Jersey. In Oregon, 1 million acres have burned and 1,145 homes and 579 other structures have been destroyed, according to the Oregon Office of Emergency Management. 8 people have died from the fires. Blazes in Washington have charred over 800,000 acres and destroyed 418 structures, including 195 homes, according to the most recent data. 1 person is confirmed dead, a number that is currently not expected to change, according to Thomas Kyle Millward, spokesperson for the Washington Department of Natural Resources. In California, authorities have confirmed the deaths of at least 25 people from fires that have scorched over 3.3 million acres and destroyed over 4,200 structures. In Butte County, north of Sacramento, Philip Rubel, 68, and Millicent Cattering-Hewitt, 77, were ready to flee their home but changed their minds, County Sheriff Corey Hania said at a news conference Tuesday. They had packed their belongings in preparation to evacuate but later decided not to evacuate based on erroneous information that the fire was 51% contained, Hania said. They were later found dead. The pair may have gotten the 51% containment figure from an update that came before the blaze intensified, the Sacramento Bee reported. Another female relative who lived at the same property, Susan Zers, 76, is missing. Her son, Zygi Rosers, told the Los Angeles Times. Rubel and Cattering-Hewitt were his uncle and aunt, Zers said. I guess they felt that if there was a change in circumstances they would be able to get out, and that proved to be a fatal error, he said. The identification of Cattering-Hewitt and Rubel's remains was announced Tuesday. Sheriff Hania did not immediately respond to NBC News' request for comment on the status of the search for Susan Zers. Butte County includes Paradise, a town that was destroyed in the 2018 Camp Fire, which killed 85 and was one of the deadliest fires on record in the state. In Southern California, firefighters said they have successfully defended Mount Wilson Observatory, a famous astronomical complex perched on a mile-high ridge in the San Gabriel Mountains, according to tweets posted by Angeles National Forest. Assisted by the outstanding defensible space of Mount Wilson Observatory, firefighters installed hand and dozer line, strategically fired, and dropped water, creating a strong protection point for Mount Wilson, at Angeles_NF wrote. Assisted by the outstanding defensible space of Mount Wilson Observatory, firefighters installed hand and dozer line, strategically fired, and dropped water, creating a strong protection point for Mount Wilson. Angeles_NF, at Angeles_NF, September 16, 2020. Despite the progress defending the observatory, the blaze called the Bobcat Fire was only 3% contained after having burned over 44,000 acres, according to Angeles National Forest.
That's the other one over there.
In southern
Bobcat
Oregon,
fire.
where wildfires swept the lakeside town of Detroit earlier this week, volunteer firefighter Don Tesdell recalled using a bullhorn to alert his neighbors to the approaching flames. The wind was a big part of what caused those fires to do what they did, Tesdell said in an interview with NBC affiliate KGW in Portland. The station reported Tuesday that Detroit was largely destroyed, and showed images of smoke-yellowed skies and the skeletal remains of blackened evergreens.
Hello? No, I'm driving almost to the Coachella area. They're in Illinois? No, I'm in California. Yeah, okay. He's probably not at lunch right now. I might, yeah, I'm kind of makes me wonder if maybe he's not in the office. The one in Lake Wells or over in, okay. Yeah. Okay. Correct. Yeah, we're Davenport. Lake. That's right, Lake City. That's the one up there. What's that? Exit 441 or something like that on I-75. The Loves. Okay. Yeah, I'm trying to Lake City. If I remember right, that's the one that's right by where 10 and 75 meet up. Yeah. There's a Loves right where US 4. What is that? 414 or whatever the hell that is. I think it's exit 441, and then the U.S. highway is 414 or something like that. It's like the same numbers, but in different arrangement. Yeah. Because the only one that's open 24/7 that I know of is the Blue Beacon. Down, well, actually, if you're going to be on I-75, you can always stop at the Blue Beacon. What's that town? Is it? It's not San Antonio, is it? I think it's, if I remember it, yeah, kind of, because I assume you're going to want to take yeah, and then take US 27 down from the turnpike. All right. Yeah, that's always a kind of pain in the ass situation there with that, because yeah, most of the truck washes that are there are limited hours, and the only one that's open is the Blue Beacon. Now, if needed, you can ask your DM to have your deadhead miles include the routing over to where the Blue Beacon is at, and so you can get paid for that, since you shouldn't have to go out of route at your own expense for something that the company expects you to do. So, yeah, normally that's how we do it. Is just let them know, hey, can you add this to my deadhead miles, and they'll do it. Okay, where's your load going to? No, so the load you're picking up is going to Louisiana? Oh, nice. Okay, never mind then. I was gonna say, because my load that I just picked up is going to the Houston area. So, hello. Hey, yeah, I'm starting to go up Chiriaco Pass, so I'm gonna probably lose signal here pretty soon. Um, all right. Yeah, that's one of the down. Hello. Hello. Okay. All right. miles right now on I-10 in California. I don't. Yeah, I saw him over 80. I think about 85 miles ago. So I'm gonna probably end my day up here on Chiriaco Summit. Which is about 16 miles away from here. Do 55 even on flat terrain. This FedEx driver sucks.
Stuff like that. Oh yeah, I agree. Now I had that, you had a four-wheeler on your ass, and he was a little bit more pissy than anything else. She was giving me a little stink eye, like, fuck it. Hey, what would you do that with? I know better.
back there, and then it suddenly disappeared. And I just figured out why, because he crossed over to the other side. Truck's just not going to allow me to do shit. So I drive at just the wrong speed, and then when I do get in a position where I have any chance to do anything about them, I get railroaded. So get to that exit fast enough. Away from all this damn traffic. There's a gap right here after this car gets by. Maybe I can. Yeah, I'm not gonna keep screwballing around with this damn gravel truck. exit coming up. They'll probably try to push and get into at least a Blythe. Not likely that I'll be able to get to Ehrenberg with anything left on my clock. So it's either here or Blythe, and honestly I'd rather go ahead and stop here. Have to deal with all this traffic. It's moving better now, but it's only an hour and hour of time difference, whatever, and it's not going to impact the final result. General Pat Museum. Restrooms open this time, or no? I still have to go across the street to use the restroom. I'm gonna get impatient and do something I don't want to do. Guys, it's going to be a wrap here. I'm at Chiriaco Summit in California. Interstate 10 between, I guess you call it between Indio or Coachella and Blythe. So, yeah, it's going to be a wrap. I'm down to an hour and 6 left on my clock. be a little bit after 11 o'clock tonight when I can roll again. 13, 20, yeah, that's right. Say about 23:30. Somewhere in that ballpark I'll be rolling again. Be the middle of the night, so I might not stream the first half of the shift. I wait till I do this, maybe take a break and then do the second half of my shift, and then I'll probably stream the second half for you guys. So, I don't know, it'd probably be 7 in the morning, or who knows, 7, 8 in the morning tomorrow, Pacific time. If I had to guess, somewhere around there, maybe back online, alright? So, thanks for hanging out and watching, and I guess we'll see you guys sometime in the morning, alright?